Or welcome to Timoteo TV Playoff Edition, breaking down the semifinals. We had one great game, but we had two games today. We had 3:30, the 8th seed Vikings versus the 3 seed Redskins. Vikings come off that big win, of course, last week against the 49ers, knocking them out, the number 1 seed. But this week, the Vikings, I don't know what happened. They lost 57-19. Redskins on their way to second straight Urban Bowl, looking to defend their title. Player of the game, Eric Lopez, QB for the Redskins with 8 touchdown passes. Fellas, what's your take on that game?
Well, just speaking with the Redskins, they came in, they're really motivated, been practicing hard this week, and they showed to be the veteran team, the champions from last year. John Horton, I think the Vikings just struggled a little bit. And he threw some early picks that I think threw him off his game. And I think from then on, it was just kind of a little struggle. Eric looked phenomenal. He had 8 touchdown passes, and it looked like he can throw it to whoever he wanted. I mean, it wasn't a close game at all, not even early. I mean, the Vikings had a really good year. I want to commend them for their win last week. But the Redskins was way too much. John didn't bring his best game, and neither did the Vikings.
Yep. And forgot to mention, I got Buddy here, coach of the Packers, and Rob, coach of the Raiders. No comments for that one.
Yeah, I didn't see the game, but I heard that the Redskins did the jump ball thing, so they're good at it. Eric puts it in the spot, and he makes his guys go after it. So, like I said, I didn't watch the game, so I can't give you too much input on that one.
Yeah. It's tough to call it jump ball when it seems so precise and always seems to work. But anyway, so our 3:30 game. This was a heck of a game. 7th seed Ravens versus the 4th seed Eagles. Ravens also coming off a big upset last week, beating the Cardinals. In this game, Ravens were up late in the game. Eagles made a huge drive, got the extra point, went up 13-12, and then held them at the end. Ravens had a shot in the end zone, but just couldn't convert. So player of the game was Leroy, 2 touchdown passes, 4 tackles, and 2 picks. What happened in that game, fellas?
That was a good game. I saw that game from the beginning to the end. What happens is it was a close game and a half. Both teams couldn't capitalize, so it kept it close. You know, they're both at the red zone. They just couldn't punch it in. Leroy threw a pick in the end of the first half. Their quarterback, number 80, I'm not sure his name, ran it all the way back for a touchdown. That's the only way they scored. And it was 6-6 by half. And the second half, like you said, the Ravens, they drive the ball up. They were up by 1. I mean, they were up by a touchdown, and didn't get the extra points. Extra points count, and they didn't get none of theirs. So what happened was the Eagles had about a minute and some seconds, drove it down, got the touchdown and the extra point. So that's how it came 13-12. And then the Ravens had about, I think, a minute left, tried to come back down, threw a pick at the red zone. So that's how the game ended. So the Eagles going to the Urban Bowl again. Good luck.
Buddy, any comments?
Yeah, man, it was a defensive game all the way through. Leroy had a pretty good game besides that interception to get the Ravens their first score. But you had a lot of drop passes. You had from Jolik and some other guys early on. But Leroy's drive to take the lead was unbelievable. He just took his team down after giving up the score, took his team right down the score. I don't think he had any incompletions, and that's what a quarterback does. If Leroy can play like that last drive against the Redskins, it might be a closer game than some people think. But it's like I said, who I had picked from the beginning of the year, Eagles, Redskins, repeat. You know what I mean? Jimmy also with the clutch touchdown to win the game. Jimmy, I said he's one of the best 6 guys in the league. You know, the Eagles, I mean, this is what they do. They come out to play in the playoffs, and they got a great coaching staff over there, and we'll see what happens. I mean, we'll see what happens next week. Dan, I know he wish he had a couple calls go a different way, but also it would have been nice. I don't know why he switched quarterbacks during that blitz thing, so I think he'll be thinking about that too. But otherwise, great. Ravens, you guys had an unbelievable season. Way to fight with a team you guys weren't going to be able to contend with, and way to knock out the Cardinals too last week. So great job, Ravens.
Great, so 2 good games. So it looks like we got a rematch of last year, Redskins, Eagles in the Urban Bowl. See if it comes out any different or not. Of course, last year we know Redskins won the game late, last I think within a minute left or so. So next week we got 3 games actually though. We have 3:30 Hall of Fame. So a Hall of Fame game, Hall of Famers come out, be good games, see the best of Timoteo. And then at 5 o'clock we have the Urban Bowl. So that's for the Redskins Eagles. It'll be really good. And then right at following the Urban Bowl and all the celebration and trophy presentation, then we'll have the All-Star game. All-Star game, all the players who've made the All-Star games from both divisions will be up on the website later tonight. So whenever you're watching this. It should be up. So make sure you check it out to know if you're playing. And that game, of course, will be at 6:30. So make sure you come out. Even if you're not playing any of those games, there's going to be some great ones, great games to come out and watch. Make sure you come out to the field. Keep checking out the website, teamsalfootball.com, even in the off season. And we'll see you out on the field.